Good morning guys, welcome to Lost Phoenix Gaming. It's come to that time of week again where we're looking ahead at the upcoming season, and at the moment that will be autumn. So having a look, the 50% completion is for the Jaguar I-Pace, which is the new exclusive car. 80% gets you the Toyota Supra 92. For seasonal completion, there's the 88 R2R Mustang and the Toyota Celica 74 for 50% and 80% respectively. For the photo challenge, FlightofFancy, you need to take a photo of your car at the Greendale airstrip. And that will get you a super wheel spin and 1000 photography XP. So the Greendale airstrip is all the way over here, and zoom in a little bit, you can see it there, and you've got the big runway near the drag strip. So let's go over and let's just have a quick look. I'm not going to do anything too arty or too creative on this one. It's just a case of showing you where it is and just basically what's what with the photography challenges. So it's basically any car that you own at this location, just take a photo. It doesn't have to be arty, it doesn't have to be creative, it just needs to be here. And I will do something arty, creative, a bit smart with it, but at the moment I'm not really sort of doing too much. Just to jump over, I've got the control tower in the background, the shipping containers, they're all multicoloured. Maybe do something pattern wise with them. I don't know yet. This is something I'll have a look at when it goes live. Here are my settings up here, so if you want this sort of colour, this sort of aesthetic to your pictures, something like that will do the job. But moving on, we've got the weekly Forzathon. Thoroughbred. First part is own and drive the 2013 Caterham Superlight 500. Earn 5 threading the needle skills in your Caterham 500. Earn a total of 9 stars from danger signs to pay homage to the Caterham's R500's designer. And finally win 4 road circuit events. Okay, this car is mental. This is a notoriously unstable car, and I've done my best to up the power a bit so that you've got a chance on the danger signs. But I've got a share code here. My friend Monkey James is sharing them for me at the moment because I am still banned at least for a few more days anyway, and I probably won't be able to get these up in time for the new season. So use these share codes and they work brilliantly. Threading the needle is, well, just that, driving between 2 closely situated cars. So you're coming down, you can see 2 cars there, just drive into them, try not to crash into them, it does help. But just drive down, go through them, do this 5 times, and that will get you your threading the needle challenge. It's actually quite simple. Stick it on offline mode if need be. For the danger signs, the easiest one is probably the one at the rail yard. And you just want to go to the end, have a little bit of a run up. This is an S2 class, so you should be able to 3-star with each jump. And that means you only have to do it 3 times. I have got another tune which, if you guys want me to share it, I will do. It's an Easy Drive S1, and that will take a few more goes to do this danger sign, but do that one 3 times and that's that part of the challenge completed. For the road racing circuit series, there's no blueprint, no quick way, but you can cut down to 1 lap. So instead of doing 3 laps on each race, you can just do 1. And this is what I've got here. So the share code's up on the screen. This is going to be a bit messy. This is not going to be a nice civilized race. It's pretty much foot to the floor, get round to the corners and just get through the finish line. You can do this 4 times, and because it's only 1 lap instead of 3, it actually means you can complete it quicker. This is closest you can get to a bit of blueprint abuse to save yourself some time and make it a bit easier on you. Just beware of some of the other cars because they are quite overpowered. Again, this car is known for being a bit wild, and this tune doesn't really take that away from it. So I would suggest, if you are struggling on the corners with some of this, stick the traction on, stick the stability on, even as you probably don't use it normally. I've had to turn them on this because normally I don't use them, but it is a bit of a crazy car, and I think last time it was there to be used in a trial event, there was a lot of complaints, a lot of problems, and I think that was actually when everybody got given a free Mosler, but that was going back a few months. But there you go, through the line, first place. Just do that 4 times and you're away. For the Showcase Remix, you've got Pillar of Autumn, which is for Halo Showcase, which is pretty simple, to be honest. You don't really need to do a lot on this, just need to get from one end of a circuit to the other. It's not really a race. You don't actually have to do it within a certain amount of time. You can just do it. The trial is 99 Luftsalons, and it's a super saloon. So I've gone for the BMW M3 2008. It's an A class. It's a pretty respectable tune on that, so that should handle it pretty well. So that's an online co-op event. For the seasonal games, it's a C-class car from Japan, and it's located at Mudkickers. And for this, I've decided to go for the Subaru Legacy RS 1990. Got a seasonal games tune on this here. The good thing about the seasonal games now is you don't actually have to win them. You just take part, and it's brilliant because there's so many problems in the past with teammates quitting and messing about that it was actually quite difficult. So that was a definite positive change from Playground on that one. Looking at PR stunts, we've got Northbound, we've got Oakwood Crest, and we've got Johnston Terrace. So for this, I've gone with the Mosler because this is one brilliant PR stunt car, and this has got the winter tyres on, but it doesn't really matter too much. And share codes up on the screen, and this is what I use every single week. This is a really good car for this, and it's a really good tune. I have put together a video on this jump because even though it's pretty straightforward, it's not as easy as it looks. You normally want to be taking a more direct line to a jump, but this one you don't. You have to take slightly differently, and it is quite easy just to topple your car as you go. So you can see when I've been doing this demo, I did that to go back and take another line on this and basically land it 230 against the 221 target. So Oakwood Crest, it's a speed trap, 210 mile an hour is the target. Again, this is an X-Class super tuned monster, so yeah, it can do it. That's straightforward. For the speed zone, Johnston Terrace up in Edinburgh, 145 mile an hour, and this is one where there's not really much skill to it. It's just hammer it, just get your foot down and just hammer it. If you end up bouncing off a bus shelter at the end, so be it, but like that, and just go through 164 mile an hour, and that's a new personal best for me as well. So this is cleared the speed zone by a mile. For the championships, you've got Utilitarian for the Porsche Cayenne, you've got Old Hand for the Napier Railton, and Track Day for the Aston Martin Vulcan AMR. So having a look at each of these now, we've got Old Hand, B-Class Vintage Racers. Okay, it's a street scene event, so this should be quite interesting given the limitations. And I've gone for the cheapest of these cars because these are all like 10 million credit cars, but some of these you can get for about $1 million on the auction house. And this is what I've done. I've gone for the Auto Union Type D. This is about $1 million on the auction house at the moment. I've put a tune on it. Unfortunately, it's not the most stable because of the tuning, because of the class system. You cannot do too much to it. Next up, Sports Utility Hero for the Utilitarian event. The tried and tested Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk 800 A-Class, all set up for off-road, and this is actually really good. Share code's up here now, so put that into the fine-tuned section and you can get this. Next up is an interesting one. Track Day Extreme Track Toys S2 Class, and the first event on this is the Ambleside Village Circuit, which is enough to make anybody just cry in the corner. But I've got two cars for this. There's the Koenigsegg CC GT, which is a really good car, and I've got a nice little tune on it for this. And this should definitely help you, although you will struggle on that first event. The second car suggestion is the Nissan Nismo GTR LM Forza Edition. This car is considered by many people to be a perfect car, perfectly balanced, perfect power to handling. It's just really nice. I've put a little tune on it, nothing too much, but I've got the code up there, so grab that and maybe give that a try. So that's basically it for the week. Next week I should be back to jumping ahead, showing a bit more game footage. And I would like to thank Monkey James for helping me out the last few weeks in getting tunes together and whatnot, because I do post little tuning guides and he copies them. Basically, he puts them onto his system and then shares them and gives me a bit of footage of the share codes, which I can integrate into here and share with you guys, you know. So hopefully this has been interesting to you. Check out the PR stunt video if you're not too sure about that jump. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching, take it easy and happy driving.